Why my boss ignores me, top reasons. When a situation occurs in which you believe that your boss is ignoring you, it is important to analyze it well and see it from different points of view, including that of your superior, in order to understand why it occurs and put or propose measures to the management. And while there are many, these may be some of the main reasons why your boss ignores you. Superiority. Although the boss model has changed a lot and now offices and companies are less hierarchical, and with more open spaces that do not establish the separation between superiors and employees so clearly, there are still people who have the wrong idea that they are a better boss, keeping distance from workers and showing superiority. Leadership. Linked to the previous point of superiority, there is also the fact that the boss is not a leader or has the capacity for leadership. He is simply in the position because he achieves results, even if it does not create a good atmosphere or is close or pleasant with the workers. Pressure. The employee may think that the boss is ignoring him, but in reality he is testing him to see his resilience and how he works under pressure and in conditions that are not favorable. There are bosses who think that it is a fast and effective way to evaluate the employee and to achieve better results. Communication. When it comes to talking and establishing the employment relationship, the bosses, even if they are superiors, do not have to be the ones who start talking or initiate contact. Maybe they don't communicate with you because you show a certain rejection, sometimes unconsciously, and with non-verbal language, that you don't want them to talk to you, even if you wish otherwise. Gestures can be misinterpreted. Participation. Another reason that may be behind your boss ignoring you is that you make few proposals and are not very participatory in the company, in addition to making yourself worth little, as well as your achievements. Comments. Communication or relationship is not established because comments or rumors have reached him that you talk more about him, or that you introduce approaches that contribute to creating a bad work environment and a hostile environment. These are the main causes, although there may be many more, and it may even be the case that the situation occurs due to a combination of several of them. And in addition to detecting the reason, it is also key to observe if the situation repeats itself every day or is a specific event that has not occurred again, although the relationship later with the boss is not as ideal as desired. How to deal with a boss who ignores you. First steps. As we have commented previously, the first thing to do is to analyze the situation well to know the cause and begin to take measures. And in these situations, there are a series of guidelines to follow if you have doubts about what to do if your boss ignores you. Decision. First of all, you have to be clear that, really, you want to solve this situation because there are people who are annoyed when the boss ignores them, but, in the end, they end up in a comfortable position because they think that this way they will have less problems at work. This does not always have to be the case. In this way, decision is required and face the situation. Approach. Once it is clear that you want to end this problem, the next thing is to establish communication with the boss, which is better only with him and without people around to hear the conversation. For example, a good option is to ask for a meeting to talk about work in which, in a calm way, you convey that you notice that the communication between the two of you does not finish working, in addition to showing your willingness to improve it. It is important not to blame anyone for these situations having occurred. No comments. In addition to trying to make that meeting or conversation only be heard by both parties, it is important that you do not comment with coworkers on the subject or on the feelings you have about the relationship with the boss. The work environment is competitive, and, even if you think you trust your colleagues, and some are even friends, it can generate a problem for you because you do not know the relationship that they have with the boss in a 100 accurate way. Also, this can be a source of rumors at work, which does not benefit you at all. Small gestures. After taking these steps, it is time to begin to re-establish the relationship. To do this, you have to do your part. For example, it is possible to improve it with small daily gestures such as saying hello and saying goodbye when the workday begins and ends, showing more ideas or being more participative in meetings, inviting him to a coffee when you meet at the coffee machine, or providing change if not leads. They are small actions with which the initial barrier is broken, and it is possible that you begin to see yourself in a different way. Other options you have if your boss ignores you. If you have adopted this series of measures and have already raised the problems that you detect in your relationship with the boss, but there is no improvement, it is time to take other more forceful measures. However, they should only be adopted when it really makes you a total void, and you have consistent evidence of it. You have to be aware that, if this is not the case, the situation can turn against you, even losing your job as a false testimony, or the opposite is proven. Talk to your superior. One of the first measures that you can put into practice is to speak with the superior or direct director of your boss, so that you can communicate the situation and learn about the case. After taking this step, he should go to your boss to talk to him, clarify the situation, and take action. Human Resources Department. If the company has a Human Resources Department, you should go to them to communicate the situation, and that they take measures to deal with it. Occupational Health Department. When your boss makes you empty, and it is large in total and, in addition, it is accompanied by other behaviors that go further and that, really, are posing a risk to your health or some condition, it is important to go to the Occupational Health Department or to the delegate or person in charge of this area so that they know the case and interfere. Leave. If the situation is really serious, and is not solved despite having made it known to the superiors or corresponding departments mentioned above, there is nothing left but to put up with it or go to another job. If you decide to leave, before doing so, it is important that you consult with a lawyer how you should leave the company so as not to harm yourself and lose rights. And, above all, do not give clues at work that you are going to leave. You must continue as usual.